Hello YouTube, and welcome in. I'm Doe, your local Polish cat, and today we are watching When the British Go Abroad by Vtuber. Please, enjoy.
Dark at 4 in the afternoon, your car's
Yeah.
frozen shut, your partner's lost interest in you, and you're stood in the
no.
kitchen wearing 3 jumpers wondering if this is it. Then the thought hits you. You know what'll fix this? A fucking holiday.
Yeah! Time to go nuts!
I think we're going to let you go on your own.
Wow.
That's the
What?
British cure-all, isn't it? You spend 11.5 months complaining about the cold weather, and then the other 2 weeks complaining about the heat. But
Yes.
still, you go online determined. Let's get away this year, yeah? That'll sort out everything. Bit of sun, bit of sangria, and all this emotional decay will vanish. You open up the holiday websites and it's just pure chaos, isn't it? Pictures of beaches, cocktails, people laughing like they've never paid council tax. You scroll through destinations, Benidorm, Magaluf, Zante, Ayia Napa, Tenerife, the holy pilgrimage for all modern British trollops. You click the little all-inclusive box because you know full well you're not there for the culture. You're there to drink Belgium lager in the sun until your bones stop.
Okay, but listen, that is really important when you go on a vacation to decide if you're going there just to drink and do absolutely nothing, but you just want to go somewhere else to do nothing. Or if you're going somewhere to visit a lot of places, to visit, tourist attractions, to go to see the architecture and stuff, okay, like these. I'm the kind of person who goes somewhere just for the sake of doing absolutely nothing over there, so I would also take the all-inclusive. 100%.
Together. You find a deal. 7 nights in Benidorm for £299. Flights, transfers, emotional trauma included. You know it's dodgy. You know the photos were taken in 2004 when the establishment was originally built, but you book it anyway because you can no longer take your partner's coffee breath seeping into your eardrums. It'll be fine, even though you both know it's going to be absolutely criminal. Then comes the packing process. You say you'll travel light, just a few polos and me sliders, all right, mate? And 2 hours later, you're sitting on your suitcase like it's the tax man. It's bulging like an overfilled cheese and bean toasty that you're trying to ram into your George Foreman grill. You've packed everything, flip-flops, knockoff Ray-Bans, 12 bottles of cheap aftershave, and enough Imodium to tranquilize a horse. You chuck in Yorkshire tea bags, HP sauce, and a packet of Walker's crisps. Because God forbid you go 7 days without a taste of home. The alarm goes off at 3 in the morning for your midday flight because British logic says it takes 5 hours to drive 20 minutes and check in. You're half dead, dragging your suitcase, arguing about whether you turned the tumble dryer off, and wearing that tragic neck pillow that makes you look like one of those planes that land on water. You turn up to the airport in sliders, trackies, and with a faint smell of gooch sweat. The airport's already rammed, you can smell the stress in the Weatherspoons breakfast. It's tradition though at this point, isn't it? You get a pint of lager at 6 in the morning because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, even though it tastes like absolute arse because you brushed your teeth only an hour ago. You look around.
It's absolutely the same here. Here is like unwritten rule that you don't drink before the 12. The issue is it's always after 12 somewhere. Even if not here, it is somewhere like this. Right there. Right there. Absolutely same. But then I would say I personally don't ever have issue with packing. Like I just appreciate taking less stuff. I don't feel like I need to have my suitcase always filled to the brim. I don't, I'm going somewhere. I will probably buy some small souvenir there, etc. I like to have some space in my suitcase.
Families are wearing poor people designer clothing, which they think looks really cool because they're at an airport. And then you land in Turkey's Dalaman airport and suddenly your LV turns into HIV. You see lads on stag doos wearing inflatable flamingos and that one Asian family that somehow brought a freight shipment of taped up boxes. It could be fish. It could be face cream. It could even be classified military hardware. Who knows? They're gliding through that nothing to declare section because not a single immigration officer actually gives a fuck unless they're being filmed for Sky One. And what happens to you? You get strip searched over a bottle of shampoo and a lighter in your swimming shorts. Check-in takes absolutely hours.
You get me? You do get me.
You see fathers holding their entire family's passport because this seems to be the only time their fatherly priorities actually activate. The woman at the counter tells you that your bag's overweight. Ironic coming from her. But of course it is. You open it up feeling absolutely mortified. Your condoms and your sunglasses fly out like a nail bomb. And you pull out your 5th pair of shorts while the people behind you sigh. You mutter, well, I was just being prepared. As you toss out the travel kettle and a box of Yorkshire tea. Then comes security. Belts off, shoes off, dignity off. You're holding your trousers up in one hand, your boarding pass in the other hand, pretending that this is just normal behaviour. You finally make it
Bro, if I was to watch it before my trip to Netherlands, I would absolutely shit myself before going to the airport. From what I remember, the freaking airport experience was pretty nice. It was stressful for me because I absolutely hate dealing with people. I'm always stressed when I have, need to have some interactions with people, okay? But it wasn't that stressful.
through duty free, that magical British playground where everything costs more but somehow feels like you're getting a bargain. You buy a 6-litre bottle of vodka, a Toblerone the size of your leg, and a bottle of Paco Rabanne because it's a holiday scent, isn't it? Then the boarding call. You march to the gate like cattle, praying that you're not sat near kids or anyone eating egg sandwiches. The plane smells like freeze-dried colostomy bags. You wedge yourself into seat 27B. Of course you've acquired the middle seat, haven't you? Sat next to a bloke in a vest and a woman who's already unpacked an entire picnic. Behind you, a child starts playing Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 on the back of your chair with his feet. The safety demo starts. Not a single person is listening. The stewardess is miming seatbelts to an audience of zombified delinquents. The engines roar.
Actually, it was the first time on this plane I saw it. I mean, it was the first time me in a plane, okay? So it was the first time I saw stuff like these. The steward is going like, oh, the belt, something, something, when you fell into the water, something, something, a west, blah, 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 the air. Bro, I felt like I was watching some kind of show right before my eyes. Literally. I was so excited on the plane to like just look at everything that was going on.
The plane tilts, and as soon as you leave the runway, applause erupts. The only time the clap is ever accepted in British society. And of course, 10 minutes in, someone fully reclines their seat, and now they're practically resting on your groin. The trolley rattles down the aisle, selling £7 cups of tea and £5 crisps. You buy both because it's part of the experience, isn't it? After what feels like an absolute eternity, you finally land. Applause erupts again. The pilot announces, "Welcome to Spain." And instantly everyone's filming tarmac like it's spreaded caviar. You stand up even though the seatbelt sign's still on, and now you're stuck in the aisle like a hostage. And then you've got passport control and baggage claim, the two great tests of British patience. You say hola to the Spanish immigration agent. He rolls his eyes and lets you through. You spot your suitcase looking like it's been dragged through a war zone. You grab it and march outside, victorious. Then it hits you. Your armpits become a small waterfall, that wall of sweaty, suffocating air. You've gone from a potato to oven baked in 10 seconds. You pile onto the transfer coach, which smells of sun cream, Hollister spray, and vomit. At the front stands your rep, a relentlessly perky woman named Chantel, armed with a microphone and the sort of enthusiasm usually found in an evangelical church. "Who's ready to party?" she shrieks. No one responds, a few people groan, and that one bloke in the Union Jack vest mutters, "Not without a pint, love."
Bro, I've never been into this kind of, like a race with a guy. I feel like right now I'm a terrorist myself. Bro, I feel like I'm actually right now enjoying a completely new experience of life.
You finally arrive at the hotel, the sign's missing letters, the pool looks like Mountain Dew, and there's that one bloke passed out on a lilo wearing shorts that look like an eye test chart. The receptionist smiles like he's already got your number. You get your little plastic key card that doesn't work, and you trudge up to your sea view room, which I guess technically counts if you hang off the balcony with your wife's makeup mirror. The aircon's coughing up a lung. The curtains look like someone's wiped their ass with them. Your wife's checking the sheets and the dust because she's watched one TikTok hotel influencer. Like she's even got the balls to complain. But you're here. You've made it. Day one, straight to the pool. You see your fellow people. Rows of pale Brits sizzling like bacon. Everyone's got either an English flag or their football club on their towel. All down on the lounges at 7 a.m. You tell yourself you won't be one of those people, but there you are at sunrise, towel in hand, hovering by the gate like you're invading Normandy. You sit back, beer in hand, and so it begins. Men are wandering around shirtless everywhere, in the lobby, the bar, even breakfast. Bellies out, gold chains glisten.
But I need to say it. I need to say it again today. You know, there is one kind of British tourist that I absolutely hate, and that is the British football players going somewhere to watch the game. They always go to the bars, make issues at the bars, going for some random fights, and then they go around the entire city and trash the entire place. Like, I hate it. Always. Freaking always. I hate it. Absolutely.
Women in bikinis and hoop earrings the size of steering wheels. Kids running about in matching football tops until their parents eventually send them off to kids club because they can't be to look after them at home, let alone on holiday. And by 11 a.m, the pool bar's full. Someone's 14 pints deep by midday. Someone drops a drink on the floor, and the sun lounger spectators scream,
Oh, no.
"Way!" And right next to them, the expats, the ones who left the UK because it was full of foreigners. Now they're here, sat in Spain, being the foreigners.
Oh, I'm sorry, darling.
They glide past on those little mobility scooters like it's the pensioners F1, Union Jack decals on the back, one hand clutching a pint of John Smith's, the other one pointing out where the nearest Iceland is. They've got names like
Good
Big
one.
Mick or Lynn from Leeds, and every sentence starts with, "I tell ya, it's not like back home." Well, yeah, mate, that's kind of the point. Lunchtime, you hit the buffet, don't you? Piles of sausages, beans, eggs that can bounce. You look for hash browns, none. Not a single bloody hash brown in sight. What
Bro, I don't care about the hash browns, but I love this kind of food tables. They feel the literal best when you can just pick up whatever food you want. The best, the best. Oh, bro, now I'm hungry, honestly. And just saying that food made me so hungry.
kind of establishment is this, you whisper, outraged. You try the local cuisine once just to feel something, and you complain that the chips don't taste right, and the Spanish bacon's just not proper, is it? You try paella and you think it's some bloody Spanish prosy, and you end up saying, oh, Spanish can't do their curries, right? And then the inevitable happens. You've eaten yourself half into a coma. You head up to the room for a quick lie down, and that's it. You've been abroad 4 days, and now you're taking daily naps. You never nap at home, but suddenly it's an essential thing. You crawl into that rock-solid hotel bed, crack open a bag of Lay's, and...
Bro, even on vacation, napping feels like a crime. You cannot say no, bro. If you paid for all-inclusive as well, and you can just go to the pool, going back to your hotel room just to nap feels like a crime. Just go onto the pool, find a, like the laying down thingy, lay on it and go nap over there. Just remember about the sunscreen. But napping during vacation like this feels like a crime. I feel like if I would go there, for example, with my parents or something, and I would decide to nap, they would curse me, they would disown me for wasting the precious money for the hotel that we paid.
Spend an hour saying they taste different to Walkers, don't they? While getting crumbs all over the duvet. You know, you've essentially recreated your living room, but with just more sweat and less Sky Sports. Evening rolls around, you shower, slap on some more aftershave than medically necessary, and you head out in your finest garms.
Yeah.
Fred Perry t-shirt, flip-flops, and a tan line that makes your legs look like a squashy. The family's all dressed up, aren't they? Mum's got her hair scraped into this big old bun, horrible green dress with fake tan glistening. Dad's got his gold chain out, his stomach's acting like a compass. Dinner? Well, how about we go to that British pub down the road named the Red Lion? They're everywhere, glowing with the warm light of Sky Sports.
No, why would you go? Why? Just why? Wouldn't you want to try to experience the local kitchen or like even fast food that they could have there? Why would you go for the kitchen that you know from home? Because they don't like new experiences? But isn't that the point of going on a vacation? You're going to another country to, try their food as well. Isn't that the point? Like, if you just wanted to go to the beach and drink alcohol, couldn't you like do the same in your country if you have access to the sea? And that's it. And that's it. Eh? No. Why not? Why not? It feels exactly the same.
Those shitty little LED toys that kids shoot up into the air. You order a full English and a Stella, and without fail, halfway through your meal, the lucky man appears, doesn't he? 20 fake Rolexes on one arm, Bluetooth speaker on the other, whispering, "Very good price," while you're just sat there trying to eat your chips in peace. 5 minutes later, a woman just spawns out of nowhere with a basket of roses, shoving one under your nose like you're on a date in a Disney film, acting like me giving my wife a bloody rose is gonna fix my terrible marriage. You politely say no thanks 7 times, but she's still standing there smiling like you've just ruined her week. And you have a little look around, you'll see them again. The expats, living legends of delusion, moaning about immigrants ruining Britain while living off the Spanish healthcare system. Arguing with bar staff in English, being like, "Yeah, I've got this, I've been here for years now, I'll go talk to him, mate." Driving home in the dark at 3 miles an hour in their mobility scooters that beat Rule Britannia. By day 5, the novelty's just gone. You're hungover, broke, and sunburnt in places I cannot discuss publicly. You spend the day at the pool bar arguing about what free drinks included should mean. You're counting mosquito bites and the aircon's finally given up, like your marriage. And then out of nowhere you get that weird little feeling, homesickness. You call your mum. "What's the weather like there, mum?" Or
Homesickness after 5 days. 5 days. You're just weaker. You're weaker. When I was gone for 5 days. What the fuck, rude? It's not rude. After 5 days already being homesick like this. I get if you went somewhere and you feel like everything is unfamiliar. You want to go back to your familiar ways. But if you were okay for that much and after 5 days you're getting homesickness? Nah, that is too little of time to get homesick like this. You didn't experience anything there. You went to, your home restaurants and stuff. Like, in this case, in the British restaurants. And you're homesick? You were doing exactly the same thing you could do at your home, by the way. Am I judging too much right now? I don't know. When I'm on vacation, I don't care about anything. I just chill, drink almost every day, chill more. Have fun basically, going to places I wanted to, eating good food, everything I could do.
"What time is it, mum?" As if Google doesn't
Oh
exist.
my God.
She says yes.
Oh, it's that fine rain that soaks you through that. It's only rain, you're not gonna melt, you daft bitch.
And it's somehow comforting, isn't it? You sigh and say, "Yeah, it's a bit hot here, to be honest." Because no matter where you go, we can't
What?
help but moan. It's your last night
What?
abroad, and because you've done absolutely nothing, you decide to hit the karaoke bar. Kev from Bolton's absolutely murdering Champagne Supernova, all while the hen party cheers him on. You've had 12 pints and half of your wife's Sambuca, because you keep sipping it while she goes up for a slash, and you stand up to sing Wonderwall with tears in your eyes. It's absolutely terrible. It's beautiful. You feel alive. And then suddenly it's over, isn't it? The last day, you pack your bag, heavier now with dodgy cigarettes, knockoff sunglasses, sticky labelled aftershave, and your kid's ADHD toy that you got from the Lucky Man. You're hungover, burnt, and downright poor. You check out, wave at the receptionist who still hates your guts, and you get back on the coach.
Wait, can we talk about something? Can we talk about the checkout times? Because I feel like those are diabolical. Like, imagine going somewhere just to chill, and then you have to check out at 9. Bro, I'm sleeping till 10 on holiday days. Only because if I'm there with other people, they would wake me up at 10 because they want to do stuff. Like, bro, check out at 9, Sounds like an absolute nightmare. I hate the checkout time so much.
Everyone's silent. The joy is just depleted. Don't get me wrong, it was never truly there. But now the pain is accompanied by peeling skin and collapsed noses, and a cold that you somehow caught in 35-degree heat. Doesn't matter how many paracetamol you take, you'll be coughing like you've smoked gravel by the time you get through arrivals. At the airport, deja vu. Everyone's miserable. You buy a bottle of water for €6 and promise to start eating healthy when you get home. The plane smells like after sun, despair, and Vicks. When you land, the rain's waiting. You step outside, your arms are flailed like that bloody Jesus statue in Brazil. Feel that drizzle on your sunburn, eh? And you mutter, oh, it's good to be home. You're absolutely chuffed to show the Spanish taxi man driving you home that you've learnt how to call his mum a slag in Spanish. You get home and collapse on the sofa. Then 2 weeks later, the frost hits your car and your life suddenly feels empty once again. We just cannot help ourselves, can we? Us Brits don't conquer the world anymore. We just try to fix things that are already far too broken.
But I do kind of get it, you know, when it's, for example, some kind of summertime, not full, some kind of winter time, and everything just feels gray around you because there's no sun at all, it's cold, and the only way you can warm yourself is just to sit under the blanket. It is what it is, and I do feel it. It is miserable during this kind of time. It is what it is. It is. But thank you for watching this one with me, guys. A big thank you. Thank you.